We'll proceed with understanding what is group by. Okay, and if you are familiar with the SQL query, definitely you must have used a group by. Using group by, you can perform aggregation. And like group by, we have something as a fuzzy grouping. That also you can do it in Power BI Desktop. This is fuzzy grouping is specific to Power BI Desktop. Okay, and group by is common to all the RDBMS of like SQL queries. Okay. So first of all, what is a group by? Okay, if you want to group all the records with the similar rows or similar values in all the records, rows, right? You can group it, right? You can combine them into a single thing. So group rows that have same values to get the summary data. So you can perform two types of grouping operations. One is aggregate a column by using aggregate function like sum function, average function, minimum function, maximum. These are called your aggregate function. Okay. Next one is perform a row operation. The performing a row operation is also very specific to Power Query Editor. Okay. First of all, let us understand what exactly, why we need to use group by. What is the advantage? Supposing, let's say your manager has given you this data set. And here you can see that for the same country, United States, multiple transactions happen, multiple records, more than one record, 4 records are there, right? If your manager asks you, hey, can you give me the total units sold and total sales we made in United States country alone, what you do? It doesn't want to see multiple lines or transactions. Instead, only one liner you want to see it. United States, next to that, you want to see in the quantity, all the, how many quantities we sold in total United States. In the sales column, he wants to see how much total sales we made in United States. That's all. So in that case, United States, the country name will appear only one time. And then the 2 will get added with, so let's say 10 plus 16 plus 2, 18. And similarly here, right? So all these 3 values plus the 4 values will get added, right? If in case you use some function. And then you can tell them, hey, this is the, sales that I achieved it. Look here in the case of United States, all the 4 records, sorry, this is United States. We have 4 different records, right? And this one and this one, sorry, right? These 4. And finally, we have only, sorry, it is not moving up. We have only one record, all these 4. So what will happen is, when you use a group by on a country column, it will group all the rows which have the similar values in your country column. So United States, United States. So in this case, we are grouping it because your manager wants to see the total units and total sales we made in United States. So it, when you use some function, what will happen? It groups all the rows that have the similar values in the country column. In this case, United States will get grouped. So in your group, you have only United States, right? For example, you will have something like Australia, all the Australia, right? Look here, all the United States got grouped together, and then it applies the sum on the quantity and sales. Similarly, all the Australia related records will get grouped together, and then it will apply the sum on the quantity and sales. So that is how it works. Got it? Behind the scene, it groups all the rows with other similar values. Australia takes all the Australia records, group it together, takes all the Germany records and group it together separately. New Zealand also happens that way, and United States also happens that way. And finally, it applies the sum on the quantity column and sales column for each country. Okay. United States, if you see here, so I'm at 10 plus 18. That is how it works, right? And similarly, for the Australia, 10 plus 5 plus 2, 17. And similarly, it will add all the values when you use the sum on the numeric column with the group by on the country column. Fine. So this one will produce a report, right? By performing a group by on the country column using some function on the quantity and sales column, you can produce a report which was requested by your manager. But now what is after seeing the report, he goes one step further and he's asked you, hey, do a group by on country and region column. You can perform group by on more than one column also. Okay. So now it will take into account of these 2 columns, values together. Okay. So in the case, while you perform group by on the country and region column, it groups the rows that have the values similar to United States and sorry, the country and region. So what will happen is United States South will get aggregated, right? So you will end up only one row, United States South, 10 units, this one. But if you see United States and East combination, we don't see any other record. But when you see United States with South, we have one more record is available with this similar value, right? With the combination of these two columns, similar value, right? Only this record is there. So hence you will see the United States South, it groups this one. But here you don't have United States and West. Similar rows with this combination of values are not available. Hence, it doesn't require aggregation. Simply it puts 6,7623. And in this case, only one record. Similarly, Australia. So Australia, you have Oceania. You have Australia's Oceania, 3 records, right? So 3 records that have the similar values of country and region in the case of Australia. Hence, Australia, if you see here, only one record, only one region, Oceania, and 15, right? So here 10 plus 5 is 15. And okay, ideally it should be 17. Sorry, here it's supposed to be 17. Okay, 3 records it will group and it will show over here. Australia, we have 3 records. Yeah, 3 records, 15 plus 2, 17 here. Okay, this one's supposed to be 17. Okay, so you can apply group by on a single column, more than one column also. You can use sum function or average function, min function, max function, count function. You can use any type of aggregation function. This we will see a look at it in our Power Query data. So for you to understand simply, I'm going to use another data set. Look here, currently I'm in the Power Query data. Even the Power Query editor, you can load the data, isn't it? I'm going to click on the home ribbon, click on the new source, and I'm going to use the Excel workbook, and I think so. Yeah, AGG sales present. Okay, I'm going to hit open. I don't know why it takes this much of time. I selected wrong file. AGG sales correct only, right? Yeah. So these are the column. Oh, okay. This one has some junk values in it. Yeah, I'll just hit OK. We'll do a little bit cleaning here. So we don't need this columns. I don't know why it got added here. I just remove columns. And then I just, I just keep only this much. Oh, remove columns. Yes, we have the final data here. So we have country, region, quantity, and sales. Okay, and this null is not required. What I do is I just select remove columns, remove blank rows. Yeah, after removing the blank rows, we are left with this one. Okay, cool. So next one is the group by. Let's say my manager wants to see the total units sold and total sales made in, the country column alone. So what I do is I click on the transform ribbon. I go to the group by icon. I click on it. And then here the column name is already available. I'm going to select the country column. And here what I do is I'll put total units sold. Okay, total units sold. I'm using a new column, total units sold. And the operation is sum function. Okay, the column is sales. Sorry, not the sales, quantity column. which column you want to perform the total, right? So sum column, sorry, sum function. See the quantity column, I want to apply the sum function to find out the total units sold. The new column name should hold the total units sold for each country. Okay. You should not display United States multiple times. Instead, show me how much total units we sold in United States. Yes, I'm going to hit OK now. So now we can see that the grouped countries, right? So the United States, how many units we sold it in total. Similarly, I want to display the total sales along with this. For that, again, you don't have to click on group by. So what you do is already this step is carried out by you, right? So next to that step, you will find the icon, the wheel icon. Click on this wheel icon. And here, select the advanced option. And here you can add aggregation, total sales. And then next here, the operation is I'm going to use sum here. And here, the sales column. Apply sum on the sales, to do the total on the sales column for the entire, for each and every country, okay, total sales. I'm going to hit OK. You can see the aggregated value here. Total sales and total units sold in each country, we can see it here. Good, right? So, okay, next what I am going to do is I am going to click on the wheel icon next to the last step, which is grouped rows. I'm going to click on this wheel icon. Now what I am going to do is, see, we got this report, right? Okay, what I will do is I'll just save this one, okay? And I'm going to clean up some space here. I'm going to delete this one and here the, delete so many invoked functions. So here, this is my final output. So what I will do is I'll just duplicate this and I'm going to rename it with some meaningful name. Here I say the total sales and units by country. Fine. So next, what I do is I will go to the AGG sales column again. Sorry, this data set. And here next to this grouped rows, right? The wheel icon, I'm going to click on it. So here I'm going to add one more group, like how I added an additional aggregation. Similarly, this time you take into account of the combination of country and region, right? And to perform the sum on these two columns. I'm going to hit OK now. This time we can see more than one record. United States, South region, this one. United States, this one, we can see it here, right? So with the total sales and total units sold by country and region, we can see it. That is what now it shows. So I'm going to duplicate this one also. Fine. So I'm done with this. So next, what I do is here itself, I go to the last step, and next to that, I click on the wheel icon, and I'm going to add one more aggregation. Here, I just say total rows or something like that. Okay. Here, count rows. I'm going to use something called all rows. Okay, all rows, or I just say the granular, right? So granular rows. Okay, I just say, so look here, I have selected something on all rows. You guys might not be aware of this one. This is specific to Power Query Editor. I'm going to hit OK. So a new column called granular rows got created. But here you can see the table and all. For each record, instead of value, right, it shows what you don't click on the table. Next to the table, if you click on it here, at the bottom, you can see that. So what made up this value 7? What made up this value this one? Is this, we sold 7 units in a single transaction or more than one transaction? So by clicking next to the table, it gives me the detail here. So this is what all rows function, right? So if you see here, the 7, how we arrived? In United States East region, we have 2 transactions. Since we have used the sum function, it added this value. That's how we got this 7. And similarly, how did I get 11,264? It gives me the transaction level data for each aggregated rows. In this case, we did the aggregation based on the combination of country and region, right? It gives me this one. And similarly, if I click on the second row next to the table, right? Yeah, even in the case of Australia, yes, 2 transactions are there. Similarly, we'll see Germany, we have only 1 transaction. And Germany, we have only 1 transaction. Germany South, Germany West. And United States South, if you see here, only 1 record is there. And in North also, we have only 1 record, right? So United States, only in East region, we have 2 records. That is what we can see here. And guys, these are the aggregated values. Supposing you wanted to, instead of seeing it, right, clicking and seeing it at the bottom for each and everything, right? So you want to display the, how the 7 and this value arrived, right? So alongside of these aggregated values, you can click on this icon here. Click on this double arrow, and then what you do is country, region, quantity, sales. Okay, and I just unselect use original column as name prefix. I'm going to use now. This is aggregated value 7 and 7. You remember, so we got this 7. The corresponding detail record also displayed here. So East region 1 transaction, 2 other transaction we sold 5. So hence the total units sold in United States East is 7. Since you want to see the total value along with the detailed records, this value repeated more than 1 time, right? So that is how. So now you understood with this example how you can perform group by on a single column, how you can perform group by on more than 1 column. And also we have seen what is all rows in group by. With this, I'm going to wrap up. Tomorrow we will proceed with fuzzy grouping. Okay, and also we will continue with the query parameter and so on. Okay, and merge also, how to join multiple sources data into a single file using different types of joins, equi join, and then the left outer join, right outer join, and so on. Okay. Any questions so far? Yes, Pradeep, I will share this file. Don't worry. Okay. I'll just save this as part 2. Apply. For you, the exercises, you take this file and open it, and then you open the calculate salary, net salary, something we created, right? Yeah, this query one, yeah, I will just rename it. See, this invoke function is just for your reference, right? You can probably remove it, okay? See, what you do is in the calculate net salary, right? The new function which I created, you open that and then you can include more than 1 parameter. Basic, HRA, bonus, 3 parameters, comma, deduction, LOP, comma, advance amount. Okay. And what you do is add all the basic values and then store it in a variable called earnings, and then you add all the deduction related values, store it in a variable called deductions, and all on top what you do is after you subtract the deduction from your net salary, sorry, let's if you subtract the deduction from your earnings, the net salary. So on top of that, you just check if the net salary is greater than or if the net salary is less than or equal to 15 lakhs. That is the new policy, right? If it is less than 15 lakhs, no tax. If or 12 lakhs, 12 lakhs, right? Less than 12 lakhs, no tax. Okay, the tax amount equal to 0. Then, right, or else you can use it, right? Else You can use the other condition like if the net salary is greater than 12 lakhs and less than 20 lakhs, tax amount equal to percentage. You give the percentage, right? So the how much percentage? The percentage is let's say 20%. And if anything above the 30%, you specify the percentage 30%. Anything above, sorry, anything above 20 lakhs, that will fall in the 30%. So the um, below 12 lakhs, 12 and less than 12 lakhs, zero tax percentage. And anything between 12 to 15, it is going to be, sorry, 12 to yeah, 12 to 20 lakhs, I think so, right? So anything between 12 to the tax percentages, 20%. Anything above 20 lakhs, that is your 30%. Okay. So it has to go and check for each and every employee's net salary in that conditional thing, control condition. And then based on the employee's net salary, it has to deduct the appropriate tax, right? So you have the tax percentage value. So let's say if you specify 30, apart from earnings minus deductions, you need to add another thing like minus, right? So here the tax amount, sorry, tax percent divided by 100. If you specify 30, 30 divided by 100. So, sorry, 30 divided by 100 into your net salary, right? So, sorry, you need to write one more line. Right? First, you need to find out which bracket you falls in, right? If you falls in the about 20 lakhs, the 30% should be picked up, and then it has to be multiplied with your net salary to compute the taxable amount. And then you need to use another variable wherein you can say net salary equal to you specify earnings minus deductions minus the taxable amount. And then the net salary will have the final net value, right? That one you need to use it. So what you do is you take the EMP1 data set. Probably I will send you this one, and EMP1 data set also I'll send it to you. Rest of them you have it, right? EMP1 I'll send it to you for you to quickly download and load it, right? So for example, I'll send it, and then you can apply, you can make a changes. Look here, I just modify this function for you to remember it quickly. You need to modify this function. You need to, in this case, what will happen? The function body will have more than one line, right? So here you need to use the if else and all. You just give it a try, okay? I'm going to close and apply. Like I said, I'll be sharing that file. Don't worry. Okay, you start work on that and see how it works. Okay, and then get back to me in tomorrow's session. And the installation issues, yeah, only one participant has an issue. We'll fix it on this Monday or so. Okay, or you tomorrow you share your screen. We'll spend 5 minutes. It will not take more than 5 minutes, right, to see and understand what problem you have it. Okay. See, if you have installed, before 2020, right, SQL Server 2000, probably you can uninstall it. Okay, uninstall it with only the 12,000, sorry, 2022 version of the SQL Server. You try to reinstall the SSMS in the meanwhile. Okay, uninstall the SSMS, reinstall it from the ground up. Okay, when you uninstall it, make sure that you are deleting the folder related to SSMS also. Okay. Bye. Okay, guys, since you don't have any more questions, I'm going to wrap up the session. Yes, we'll upload the video later sometime today. Okay.